Hey everybody, welcome to this week's edition of the Juri, episode 1. The NFL is back. We're going to update you on some NFL, get some college football in there, and then we're going to talk a little bit about baseball. Let's get it. Here to help me this week with picking out some of the NFL teams in the college football, please welcome my boy, JR.
Yeah. Jumpin', them boys up to something. They just spent like 2 or 3 weeks out the country.
Man, how you been?
Pretty smooth. How are you?
Chilling, man. It's been a good week. I stayed home all weekend and watched football, and I was so happy doing it.
So you ready to talk about football now?
I think I'm qualified.
Let's get it. All right, so first what we're going to do this week, we're going to talk about every game going on. And then we're going to ask about a couple upsets we got going, and then we're going to talk about the future.
Every week.
We're going to talk about the playoffs. We're going to talk about Super Bowl predictions. We're going to talk about all that. We're talking about Saints and Giants. What's going to happen?
So, to me, this one's super easy. The big easy, New Orleans, their defense is just atrocious. Last week, the Raiders gashed them. They had 3 different running backs come in and get yards. Derek Carr had a solid game. Amari Cooper lit him up. Delvin Breaux is out now. Got to take the Giants. Odell, Eli, both have big games. This one's easy. Drew Brees on the road is not good at all.
As much as I hate the Giants going to whoop. Giants are going to whoop up
Yeah.
on some Saints. I feel it.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a speed round real quick. We're going to do a speed round. Boring games. We're going to go through them right now. Real quick. Titans-Lions.
Ooh, I think this is going to be a shootout, by the way. You heard it here first. I'm going to have to go Lions. Matthew Stafford, just insane.
All right, we're going to go Ravens-Browns.
I got to go Ravens. Browns are the worst team in the NFL.
Okay. Let's see. Oh. Eagles-Bears, Monday night.
Ooh, the Monday night game. I'm going to have to go with the Bears. The Eagles look good. Carson Wentz look good. But against the Browns, that doesn't really mean anything yet to me.
Niners-Panthers.
I can't be a homer. I got to go with the Panthers. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Who do you have in this game?
Panthers.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
That's
that's what I thought. Yeah.
All right. Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about a couple upsets. We're thinking about upsets for week 2. We've got a couple teams playing on the road. We got a couple cool home games, but I think you got a couple upsets for us. Why don't you talk a little bit about those games right quick?
All right. Well, the first one I got, to me, it's super obvious. I got the Colts going into Denver. They're going to get the win. Last week, they lost a tough game in a shootout. Andrew Luck looked good. The new O-line, much improved. I think Denver's got a good defense, but, I mean, their offense, Trevor Siemian, he's a game manager. Luck is the way better quarterback. And the Indianapolis D isn't good, but it's still, against the Denver offense, I don't think they're going to give up that many points. Andrew Luck's going to win a close one.
So you're telling me that, week 1, you see Denver at home take care of the Panthers.
Yeah.
You see the Colts lose week 1.
I do, yeah.
And then they match up in Denver, and you're about to take the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL is such a week-to-week league. If you go off each week's results, it's going to be tough to find those upsets because you would think that Denver would win almost every single week. This year, they're going to be vulnerable, and the Colts, to me, are a playoff team, or at least they're close to it. Really, if Andrew Luck, like the O-line, is good behind him, there's no question to me.
We got some hot takes right here. Hot takes on the Juri. All right, second upset. Who you thinking? Second upset of week 2.
This one, I know you asked me for 2. I can see the Cardinals winning this game, but I'm going to go with the Bucks. Jameis Winston, he's on a new level.
Fire
this
takes.
Year. Yep.
Fire takes.
You
the
heard it
Bucks
here
at
first.
the Cardinals. You're taking Jameis Winston and the Bucks.
I took the Patriots last week, by the way, so just a heads up there. I'm not worried about what the spread is in this game. I'm not worried about anything on the Cardinals. David Johnson's good, but Tampa's good against the run. Carson Palmer, to me, has always been overrated. I'm just going to say that. He's always been overrated.
Oh, my.
And Arizona, to me, their schemes offensively and defensively are gimmicky. On defense, all they do is blitz. Am I wrong?
No,
That's
you're
their
right.
thing.
You're
Let's go
points,
one-on-one
you're
and
making
blitz.
You're making points.
But to me, Jameis Winston isn't intimidated by that at all.
No, I like that boy. Jameis Winston smooth. I like, man, just on the road is just like here's what you're telling me that the Cardinals are gonna start off their season
0-2.
0-2, but losing both games at home too.
Yeah.
Whew, man, that's a fire take on the jury. That is a fire take right there.
And we'll see if I'm right, but I got a good feeling about it.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit. We're gonna talk about playoffs for football. I know playoffs. So it's week 2. I know there's not much to go by, but all we're gonna do is we're gonna go division by division, and you're gonna tell me. You don't even gotta give me a reason. You might, but you don't even have to. And you're gonna give me the winner of that division. We're going to talk about the wildcard teams, and we're not going to go through the playoffs, but you're going to give me your prediction of the 2 Super Bowl teams right now in week 2 of the NFL. So, let's start off with, let's go AFC first. We'll go AFC. So, AFC North.
I'm going to go with the Steelers, best offense possibly in the league.
Okay. So, all right, that's a fair assessment. All right, AFC South.
I'm going to have to go with the Texans. Off-season pickups are nice on offense.
Texans, all right. AFC East.
Patriots, no question. That's just so easy.
I mean, that's kind of like... I just feel like that's not even like fair to ask. Like,
it's not.
Something's going to... All right. And then, what, AFC West? That's what I'm missing?
Yep. I'm going to go with Denver, even though I think they're going to lose this week. I still think they're the best team in the division.
Denver. No Raiders? So
that's my wild card. Yep.
See, I'm gonna. All right.
And I got the Bengals.
I'm saying right now, Raiders are winning that division.
Okay, I can see that.
I'm saying
not crazy.
You got Denver winning Raiders wild card. I'm gonna flip flop that.
Okay. All right. And I got Bengals. Who's your second wild card?
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of the right choice. I'm trying to look. Bengals just seem. There's really no one.
No one else is ready,
no.
You know what I'm saying?
Someone could surprise me, I guess, but maybe a little Jets action.
Chiefs, maybe?
Yeah, Chiefs are whack, though. Nah, yeah. You know what? Screw that. I'm going to go with the Jets.
Okay, I was thinking the Jets
are my
too,
second wild card team.
All right.
I think the Jets feel it. Especially, they're going to get this dub at Buffalo. Woo!
Yeah.
Brandon Marshall's a beast. All right. So, NFC North. Packers. Money. NFC South.
I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Okay. NFC West.
I'm going to go with Arizona, even though I have them 0-2. That's the crazy thing.
What's the record going to be?
11-5, 10-6. NFC West is weak this year, I think.
I'm telling you, bro. Niners are winning this division. I've said it before the season started.
I hope they do.
Niners are winning this division. I'm telling you. And you know what's going to be even crazier? Cap's going to do it, bro.
That's bold.
Cap is back. All right, he's going to come back. I promise.
That would be the sickest shit. That would be
Blaine Gabber's going to get some dumb hit. He's going to get knocked on his ass. Kaepernick's going to step in. He's got this O-line now. He's going to have this hurry up. It's perfect for him. He's going to be running all over. Oh, bro, don't even... I just gotta be patient because I know this is gonna happen.
Right.
I just gotta be patient.
All
right. And then NFC East.
Giants, easy.
Giants,
easily.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Who's your 2 wild card teams?
I'm gonna have to go with the Lions. I like the Lions a lot this year.
You do like the Lions a lot this year.
I do. I've got Stafford in almost all my fantasy leagues. I love him. And then my other one is gonna be the Bucks. I think the Bucks are going to make some noise this year. I like Jameis. The defense isn't bad either.
Cowboys. You don't like the Cowboys?
I mean, watching the game yesterday, it's in Dallas. I mean, I liked what Dak Prescott could do, but that play by Terrence Williams not going out of bounds, like the Cowboys just make bonehead mistakes every single year.
I hate the Cowboys.
I mean,
every offseason they're hyped up.
Right.
Every single.
I used to like them, but just they're hyped up every single year.
They just don't. They don't bring it.
Yeah, Tony Romo is just not healthy. Like, I mean, their defense is okay, And I like Ezekiel Elliott. That's my sleeper, by the way, fantasy-wise this week against the Redskins. D'Angelo Williams torched them on Monday. That's my sleeper. Ezekiel is going to have a huge, his first huge game.
I like that. All right. Well, I'd say Cardinals are definitely one of my wild card teams. Considering that I got the Niners winning that division, I kind of have to throw the Cardinals in there. Seahawks are whack.
Yep.
I wish I could. If Teddy Bridgewater was healthy, I would say the Vikings.
Right.
I don't think I can do that.
Like, I don't trust Sam Bradford at all.
I really don't. The Lions is actually pretty interesting. Lions, maybe. I don't know. Regardless. All right. Down to business. 2 Super Bowl teams right now. Week 2, AFC, NFC. Who are your 2 Super Bowl predictions?
Are we going off of week 1? Is that
just whatever? You go whatever you want, but I want. Who do you think is going to be the matchup this year?
Well, AFC, I'm going to have to go New England. That's not crazy at all, but I think that suspension by the league really pissed them off. They're going to be trying extra hard to get there.
Okay.
I can see the Steelers too, but I'm going to have to go with New England. It's going to be close. In the NFC, it's tough. I'm going to have to go Packers. We still haven't seen New England and Green Bay in a Super Bowl. I've been waiting for it, at least in this.
Yeah.
With these 2 quarterbacks, right? Like, I really want to see Rodgers and Brady go head-to-head in the Super Bowl.
That would be sick.
I think it's going to happen, too.
Oh, I wish I could agree. I do agree with the Packers. I think
it's their
granted
year,
they stay healthy.
Right.
Like, I think the issue with them is they lose someone key every year. And it's so annoying.
Right.
And I think their defense is improved a little bit, which is important because their offense is just going to be good regardless with Rodgers.
Right.
But Jordy's back. Still got a lot of key players on that organization.
Eddie lost weight.
Finally.
Yeah.
He probably didn't. Dude, that was disgusting last year. I just got to say, Eddie, if you're listening to the Juri right now, I was embarrassed for you last season. That was horrible. He was disgusting. Anyway, so I like Green Bay, but like you said, I like the Steelers. Okay. I think the Steelers are gonna go somewhere this year, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they're pretty under the radar in terms of what these big, sports shows and stuff talk about. Just because you've got like the big names like Brady and stuff like. And I think the Patriots are gonna be in the AFC Championship. I'm not saying they're gonna like suck, but I don't know, man. Like, the Steelers, just Big Ben, like, looks like he's like just back into it. Like, he's really like.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And Antonio Brown's just a beast. But the only thing is, Antonio Brown needs to have his first, like, well-played playoffs. Because he's so...
Yeah. I'm personally not a fan of Antonio Brown. I'll say it.
He's so unreliable in the playoffs, dude. He doesn't show up when the lights are on.
I think he's overrated. I'm going to say it. I think he's really overrated. And the twerking in the end zone, I mean, to me, I thought that was weird.
That was weird.
Like, it wasn't even cool.
I was
looking
forward to something different.
Yeah. Like, to me, like, that was just whack. I gotta say it. I wish he was fined more for that, honestly.
Yeah, that was odd.
I'm all for touchdown dances, too, but not that.
Yeah, that was odd. I don't know. Alright, so... Alright. Who's winning? Packers, Patriots. Who's winning?
I think the Packers. I think Rodgers going to get a second ring. Yeah. I don't know. For me, Patriots love, like, getting their hearts broken in the Super Bowl.
I know. Dude, I like the Packers too, man. I think that's just such boring sports talk, but
if that's what you feel,
I can't disagree, dude. Yeah. Like, just the Packers, if they stay healthy, bro, they've got the recipe. Like,
they do.
I don't know. I like the Pack too. All right, let's switch gears real quick.
All right.
Let's talk a little bit let's just talk about college football. Let's talk about who you're seeing as teams that have stepped up. Some teams that are kind of sleepers. A team that, like, you weren't thinking about whatsoever when the season started, and then all of a sudden now you're like, oh, okay, like, I see you, like, you're rolling. Who?
To me,
someone come up like that?
Yeah, definitely. Louisville, to me,
Man.
Lamar Jackson, I don't know if you saw what he did on Friday, but 5 touchdowns. He was looking like it was NCAA 08, like video game, PS2 stuff.
Ridiculous.
He was so good.
If y'all did not see those highlights, go watch those highlights.
Seriously. And then my other sleeper, I mean, to me as a Niner fan, like knowing what Jim Harbaugh can do, it's not that crazy. But Michigan, to me, is making the playoff.
Yeah.
They just look so good.
You know, no one was talking about them as like a serious player.
Right. It's weird. Yeah.
Pre-season.
Right. It's weird.
Everyone was just like saying like they're like a year or 2 away from being ready, which I think in a couple years or a year they're gonna like improve and they're gonna be like really good. But like, dude, they're good, dude. Like they're really solid.
Yeah. Jabril Peppers, like he's just a monster.
Yeah, man.
He's gonna be one of the best defenders in the draft. But I just think Michigan, their defense is good enough to make the playoff. Like you said, they might not win it all this year, but like with 4 teams now in the playoff, they can make the playoff for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. This college football season is pretty cool.
Yeah,
because I've never been too into it, but this is some cool stuff. Like I watched Houston.
Yeah,
week 1.
That's another one of my sleepers. Yeah,
they're pretty cool.
I mean, I have them in the playoffs, but to me, that's almost not even a sleeper. Like what they did to Oklahoma, and like it was almost not even surprising to me, at least. Like last year, they like were really good too, and like I don't know, I feel like with that win under your belt, if you go undefeated, you'll be in the playoffs.
Yeah, if you
got to win like that under your belt.
They just can't lose.
Right.
But
if they go undefeated,
if they play like that, they will lose. I'll tell you that much. So then, who's your 4 right now on the table?
I named 3.
So you named Houston, Louisville, Michigan.
Last one's obvious, Alabama. I mean, that game against USC, like to smash USC like that is unreal. 52-3, like
embarrassing.
Just absolutely unreal.
It was pretty crazy. I know. Yeah, I don't really disagree with your list. Like, I mean, granted, Louisville's got to win.
Right.
So, I mean, that's pretty bold.
Yeah.
I could see them not winning.
Right. And honestly, if they lose, I would just flop them out with Florida State, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, the winner of that game, to me, it's almost like a semifinal game, or like a game, like a playing game.
It's going to be a tough atmosphere.
Right. It's definitely,
It's going to be insane. So, last but not least, obviously basketball's not in season yet, but
we're ready for it, but
living in San Francisco, we're ready for that.
Yeah.
We ready for that. We're ready for that. But we got another season coming to an end, baseball. We've got a few pennant races going on. Just a quick overview. NL West, obviously out here being Giants fans, we got that on our sites. Giants are slipping, Dodgers are rolling. But wild card's shaping up to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Especially in the National League. So, do you see the Giants as coming back and winning the division, or do you see them being a wild card team, or do you just see them just totally blowing the gas out right now?
I mean, I think they're going to do enough to make the wild card berth, and then once we get in, we're scary, but I don't see us catching the Dodgers at all. Like, we're 4 games back now. That's just too much to overcome at this point in the year for a team that's not playing well.
Just the bullpen, man.
Yeah.
The bullpen cannot do anything.
Yesterday.
They can't do
anything. Yesterday is just awful.
It's pretty bad, dude. Like, our offense is coming along a little bit.
Yeah.
Starting pitching's rolling now.
Yeah.
But, dude, you get to that bullpen.
It's awful.
You're the other team, you're like, yes. Like, you're hyped. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the American League. We got some interesting stuff in the AL East with Boston and Baltimore and Toronto, and even New York's kind of in there, but not really like taken seriously. But those 3 teams in the AL East, it's a pretty tight little roll they got going. I think it's going to come out to a pretty fun finish, if I do say so myself. But if you got to pick between Boston, Baltimore, and Toronto
for the division,
who are you going with?
I'm going to go with Boston. That's been my team all year in that division. They've got the best defense out of those 3 teams.
Definitely.
David Price is finally starting to get going. That's what they paid him for. I don't know. I just feel like it's David Ortiz last year too.
I know you can't
ignore that.
No.
And the type of season that he's having, Baltimore, the starting pitching, plus the bullpen isn't really there. And Toronto doesn't feel like it's their year this year. I don't know. Toronto this year isn't as cool as they were last year.
It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I don't
Aaron
like that
Sanchez is bad now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't know. All right, so let's think about this. Let's think about possible World Series matchups. Okay, let's think about, obviously, being Giants fans, thinking that the Giants are getting into the playoffs, they're dangerous. Last 3 times they've gotten into the playoffs, they've come out world champions. So obviously that's dangerous. But if you're just looking on paper and you're looking at the Cubs, you're looking at the Nationals, you're looking at the Rangers, who have been surprisingly good, like, really good. Like, who do you see as serious contenders? Not discounting the Giants. Who do you see as serious contenders this year for the World Series?
So it isn't even year, but we won't talk about the Giants today.
We'll leave it out.
I think in the American League, I've got Cleveland. I feel like it's their year. They kind of broke the curse with the Cavs, and I like their starting pitcher. Danny Salazar is out now, but I like Cleveland.
Yeah.
And then the Cubs in the National League, they've been the best team all year. I think they're going to make the World Series. I don't think they're going to win it, whoever they play.
Really? So it does. You're saying it don't even matter.
They're not.
It's an American League year.
Yeah, they're cursed. I mean, I just don't think the Cubs are going to win it. They're built for the regular season. Like, their starting pitcher, like, in the regular season is doing great, but I don't think it'll last.
It's just,
their bullpen's great, but
you gotta have people that are willing to step up in that moment. Like, you've looked at all of these World Series champions of the past few years, like, people who, like, they're not even the biggest names a lot of the time, like Bumgarner and people like that, but you gotta have the people that you don't expect to do the little things do those little things in order to win games. Like
Edgar Renteria, I predicted that World Series MVP.
You gotta think about that. Like, you know, the Cubs got all these players that do all these things, like, but
their bench is weak.
It just comes down to, like, you have to have that extra player to step up, and you gotta look at who's the real leader on that team.
I don't think they have one.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have a Hunter Pence figure. Referencing the Giants so much, but you gotta have that person who's just gonna step up and take the lead and be like, this is what we gotta do.
No, if things get tough, like if they get to an elimination game,
dude,
I think they're screwed.
They get down a couple games, they go on the road,
like, I
like,
could see them, like, potentially not even making the World Series. I think they will at least get to the NLCS.
It's just like a feel for me, like a Dodgers feel. Like, when the Dodgers enter the playoffs, it's just like they treat it like the regular season, and you can't treat the postseason like the regular season because things change, dude. Teams that were wildcard teams now think that they belong in where they are. Like, you gotta treat it.
If you go the Giants, like if the Cubs play them in the first round, I think the Giants could potentially beat them. Not even just as a homer, but the starting pitching, like, even though their guys like Hendricks and Hamill have had good ERAs, if you match up with Bumgarner and Cueto, to me those are two better pitchers. I don't care about the ERA in the regular season. And Bumgarner's ERA has been right up there. Cueto's been up there.
I mean, because you gotta think about it this way, like, the players that are going into the playoffs who had, like, a good regular season, they throw it all out the window. Like, the pitchers that play well in the postseason don't think about the regular season. Like, Clayton Kershaw has the most amazing regular season every year. And he goes in the playoffs and gets rocked every game. Like, it's just, some people just don't, I don't know, dude. It's like, it's weird like that. Baseball's a weird game.
Baseball's a weird game.
It's a weird game. All right, well, that's it for our visit with JR. Thank you so much for coming by. We look forward to talking to you soon. It's a long football season.
Be here soon.
Yeah, got some playoffs for baseball, long football season. It's good to have you.
Good, absolutely, man.
All right, bro. And now we're going to start our segment that we like to call Serious Time with Eli. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down a little bit. We're going to talk about the whole Kaepernick thing, not standing for the national anthem, taking a knee, taking a stance against inequality in this country, and I just want to talk about it a little bit because it's been all over the news. Everyone's got a different opinion. Everyone makes it a whole different thing. But anyone who is against Kaepernick, shut up. We're just going to put it that way. Shut up, you ignorant, probably white human being, okay? Because you don't even know what you're talking about, okay? First of all, let me squash this real quick. I'm going to squash this whole military talk about him disrespecting the military. Have I been in the military? No. Do I have a family member who's been in the military? No. Okay? And fine, you can say whatever you want. But he's not talking about the military, fool. He's really not. He's literally giving his explanation about what he's doing, and the word military or army or navy or nothing like that shows up until other stupid people who don't understand his position because they're not African American bring it up. Let me read you a quote real quick. Kaepernick said, "Once again, this isn't a protest against men and women of the military. I have great respect for them. I spoke with Nate Boyer and Joey Jones. Those are great military vets, and I've spoken to others as well. People are getting lost in what the true message is and don't want to address what it really is and address those issues. That's really the problem. I wish people would be as outraged about the murders that are happening in the street as they are about a protest." Duh! Taking all this stuff about this whole protest is so wrong and blah, blah, blah. He's teaching the youth bad things. Fool! He's trying to spread a message about the inequality in this country, the racism. Black Lives Matter is so important, but you white people don't understand that because you're not African American. And rather than taking a step back and putting yourself into someone else's shoes, you're like, oh, well, it's not happening to me, so I guess it doesn't even matter. Okay? So stop all this nonsense. Let the man do what he does. If you're really about the military, you'll understand that they go over there to fight for what? For our freedom of speech, for our freedom of religion, for our freedom to do what we want to do. He's using his freedom of speech. He's using his freedom. That's what they do. So if you're really tripping about the military, then you'll let the man do what he does and just chill out. Serious Time with Eli. See you guys next week.